holiday season is fast approaching, which means we're going to have a massive influx out on our roads again. The numbers don't lie. All of us have a huge responsibility to make sure that we are safe, that our families are safe, and that we are being respectful of other road users. And it all starts with the safety of our car. We are lucky to have a resource like Bertus, who clearly loves his job and loves braking and knows more than any man I've ever met. Bertus, welcome back. Today we are looking at one of the core components of our braking system, our brake discs. Explain to me, why is this component so important and what does it do in the braking system?
Well, like I showed the viewers at home a couple of inserts ago, exactly where it fits into the components on the brake system itself, on the front axle, assisting the vehicle to slow down. That's the part that actually attaches itself to the axle, slowing the vehicle after you apply the brake for the friction material to slow down the disc itself. And it's very important when looking at this, at the condition of the disc when you replace a set of brake pads, to make sure it's healthy to be on that vehicle.
Now the disc as a component looks incredibly strong, certainly when weighed up against the friction material on the brake pad. It's difficult to think that it could get worn down at all. How does it sustain damage? Where does the wear and tear come in?
Now, the big thing is to remember is friction is happening. As soon as you've got friction, you've got wear accompanied with the heat. So in due time, that disc is definitely going to wear down to a point where you need to skim it or replace it. And there's a specification on thickness on the disc itself. When it reaches that specification, you need to replace it. After that, a failure could occur on the disc itself.
I suppose the confusion comes in whereby your brake pads are wearing down a lot quicker than your disc. How often should we be checking every time we get our brake pads replaced? What's the safest route in your mind?
I think each and every time when you replace a set of brake pads, a full inspection of the whole system must be conducted to make sure that the whole system is working hand in hand. When you replace the pads, you need to skim that to make sure that all the material transfer that happened over a number of kilometers, you actually take that out of the equation to make sure that the new pad is bedding in first time the best way that it's able to bed in, and also keep all that unnecessary noises and stuff from happening on the vehicle itself.
Now, just looking at the components in front of me, it seems like a very specialized process to go through. Take me through the skimming itself.
There's a rule of thumb. Every third time that you need to replace a set of brake pads, you need to replace the disc, because that disc came to a point where it's too thin and can't dissipate the heat quick enough out of the brake system. So here you can see the differences between two discs. They actually operate at the same amount of kilometers. This one is the worn disc. You can actually see the wear radiuses or the wear marks on this disc. This disc over here has just recently been skimmed. You can see, if you compare it to a new disc, it's fairly similar in the way that it looks, and that's how you need to fit a new set of brake pads on a nice skimmed area over here. And if it's too thin, rather replace it with a new disc, because on the end of the day, it's got a big impact. If you bed in the pad, you can actually see that you don't have full contact of the pad over there, but definitely if it's skimmed, you've got full contact, ensuring that this pad actually beds in much quicker than when you fit it to a worn brake disc over there.
Bertus, you and I have spoken a lot about general safety out on our roads and the importance of not only the technology in your car and the upkeep there, but also the driver and making sure that they are taking responsibility for themselves. Any tips now going into the silly season out on our roads?
Now, I think I want to recap some of the points that I've actually touched over the last couple of inserts. And I think it's very important to realize it's not only the fitness of the vehicle that's important, but the fitness of the driver itself. So stop every 200 kilometers, make sure you rest your mind, your body, to make sure that you keep yourself and the occupants safe in that vehicle. And also something to remember, if the job is too big or too complicated, rather take it to a specialist, somebody that knows what's going on, that can fix that vehicle and keep that vehicle in a tip-top shape. Thirdly as well, remember always to keep the right part number for the right application.
I'm going to add to that, respect your fellow road users. I have a huge amount of respect for you, sir.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. I've picked up a huge amount. Guys at home, the responsibility is on you to ensure that your car is running properly, that those safety critical items are all in order, but ultimately take responsibility for yourself while you're out there on the roads. Look after not only your own family, but everyone else out there. We all want to make it to our holiday destination safely and in one piece. That's bye, dankie meneer.
Thanks, Craig.
You're in control with Ferodo.